Why, hello and welcome to Space Time with Robert. I'm Robert, and we've got the surface of the sun here from the parking lot of my apartment. We're looking through a Meade ETX80. It's a backpack telescope, and I've got my iPhone 8 hooked up to it. And here is a really cool sunspot. Ooh, that thing's big. I see 1, 2, 3 sunspots. Why, hello. We're looking at the sun right now. And it's nice and not too windy. Usually it's kind of windy when I'm out here and it's sunny.
Yeah, there's like no wind right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of nice.
And so if it's nighttime for you and somewhere in the world, hey, here you go. Have some sunlight. I'll zoom out a little bit. There's more sunspots on the other side too. We should be able to see those soon. And yeah, so if you're getting a lot of clouds and you haven't been able to see this with your telescope, hey, this is for you. Welcome. It's been waiting a long time to meet you. Space. No, not this one. This one's actually 8 minutes is how long this light has been waiting to meet you. It took 8 minutes for this starlight to get to our telescope. I think it's probably taken like maybe a couple more seconds to boom around. Hey, what's up, BSMM&J? How are you doing? Welcome. You finally made it. I'm glad you could. And yeah, as you can see, it's daytime over here. Sup, Caesar?
I have a question.
Yo.
So the light that reflects off of the moon and comes back to us, how long does that take to travel from the moon to us?
I believe it's 1.2 something seconds, or 0.75 something seconds. I know it's either a little bit more or less than 1 second. So yeah,
It's like such little time.
Yeah, whenever you're looking at the moon, though, you're always looking at it about a second in the past.
It's crazy.
Whereas if you look at the sun, do not look at the sun. If you look at the sun, it's 8 minutes in the past. Hey, how's it going, Charmelatus? Charmelatius, there we go. We're looking at sunspots right now on the surface of the sun. This is the big popular region right here that's going off. It was in the center. When I took photos of this earlier this week, it was actually closer to the center. Let me see if I have any of those photos. Aha, here we go. So here you can see that the sunspots were actually more towards the center than they are right now. And there was more of them. That's cool. I am great. Thank you so much for asking. Yeah, they are. This whole year has been relatively quiet for the surface of the sun. We haven't seen too much activity, so these sunspots are pretty recent. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's a work of passion. It is. It's love. We love space. Ooh. Hey, Jeff. Woo. So the sun's not always going to be with us. It's going to blow up one day. This is the surface of the sun. We're looking at some recent sunspots. That's regions that are cooler than the rest of the surface of the sun, and that's why they appear darker, because they're not emitting as much light. The sun that we're looking at here. Well, let's see. I've got books for this. Let's go to physics. Oh, and by the way, we're looking through a Meade ETX80. It's a little backpack telescope. We've got a solar filter on there, and that's how we're able to see this without melting my iPhone's sensor or my eyes or anything else. Because it blocks out, the filter specifically blocks out 99.99999% of the light that's coming in, and that keeps everything nice and cool. Also, it blocks out infrared light. Sorry to shake the telescope. It blocks out infrared light, which is not light that you can see. Hey, Jeff! And yeah, that's the kind of light that can actually really harm your eyes. And yeah, as the sun is our home star, it represents 99.9% of the matter in our solar system and completely dictates the workings of our small corner of the universe. Debris left over from the sun's birth is the material that formed Earth and all the other planets and most other bodies in the solar system. And 5 billion years from now, the sun's death will spell the end of our planet and everything else in the solar system. It's kind of cool. So we better...
It's kind of like God.
Basically, yeah, I think the Egyptians were not far off.
It's like, you know, when your mom would be like, I brought you into this world and I can take you out of it. That's the sun of us.
Right? Yeah, and we are not on a sidewalk. We're just in, sorry to shake it all up like that. We're in my parking lot, not in a backyard or anything. So I live in an apartment complex, and this is the parking lot of that. Yeah, that's so cool. Yeah, at approximately 4.6 billion years old, the sun is almost halfway through the most stable phase of its life. Eventually, however, it will run out of fuel and die. And I'm getting all this information from a book called 32nd Universe. It's a pretty cool book. It's by Charles Liu, Karen Masters, Sevil Salur. Sorry if I said your name wrong. But Charles Liu is one of my favorite public educators. He works a lot with Neil Degrasse Tyson, and he just explains things so simply. I love it. So highly recommend checking him out if you can. Ooh. Bless you. Bless you again. Gotcha. Oh, preemptive bless.
It's that sunlight.
Yeah, the sun's going through a midlife crisis right now, basically. It's like, oh my God, what do I do with all these humans? What have I done with what have I created? And for anyone joining in right now, we are looking at the surface of the sun through a little telescope. I've noticed the smaller your telescope, the more it shakes. But yeah, it's just so cool to actually capture these live too. It's one thing to get photos of it, but here you go. You get to actually see these things. And, if we watched it for maybe another day or so, if the live stream could allow that, we could actually see it start to rotate over time. I think the sun takes about 30 days to make one complete rotation. So a day on the sun, if you could think of that, would be about 30 days. I think. Well, my book doesn't tell me that. Charles, help me out. And all right. 2020, been weird with the universe too. We will find out in the next million years what happened in the universe during 2020. Right? Watch a couple thousand years from now, there's like, didn't they know what was happening in their solar system? I'm referencing humans talking about us from other solar systems. If we ever travel there. Yeah. Alrighty, y'all. I gotta get ready for work. Thank you so much for joining in. I'm glad I could share some sunspots with you. And have a great, safe, wonderful day. Love you all. Wait, let me just make sure there's any questions. What planet is that? This is planet Sun, or also known as Sol. And it is the heaviest planet in our solar system. About 99.9% of the mass of the solar system is locked up in this planet. Sorry, I'm just being a jerk. No, it's the sun. Our nearest star. All right. Making sure we got it all. Okay. We're clear. Love you all. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just walked over a bit.
You ruined it. All right, bye. Do, 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 do.